Good evening. Welcome to another mendacious version of Diatribes from the voice of doom. Now here's your masticating and malevolent host, voice of doom. Good evening. I wasn't even going to do a diatribe tonight, but since my last episode went over so well with my guest stars, I was lucky enough to procure another one. And it makes it easier for me because it's less work if I have guests on, and it seems to have gone over well because I got a like and I got a comment from one of my most loyal of fans, Nick. I won't give his last name for his own safety, but excuse me, he's been following me loyally and diligently, and sometimes I think maybe the guy's just wanting to pull my chain, but I think he's an actual loyal fan, so I'm going to treat him as such, because even if he is just trying to make me do whatever he wants him to do, I want to do it anyway. So we're on the same wavelength, and I appreciate it. If I can get 1 more million people like Nick, I will be set. I will have more comments and I will have more turmoil than I really wanted, but 1 million people, so that would be great. So I appreciate that, and I am going to continue with the guest stars because I found somebody. I don't know why he was in Carson City, but I saw him at the casino and he's running for Congress. He's actually the incumbent, and he's a Democrat. We had a really huge argument, and I didn't even say what I really wanted to say. I was very polite, but we just couldn't see eye to eye. But I said, well, I have this podcast, and if you want to get some publicity and, expose yourself to 10 more people, then he may want to come on. I couldn't get a Republican to come on this show because they said I was way too right-wing and way too radical. And you'll notice the bottle's getting bigger. But we got 4 weeks till the midterm elections, which I've been talking to a lot of people. A lot of goppers come around our restaurant because it's kind of a safe haven for them. And it's like, yeah, this is the most important midterms in our lifetime, because whatever happens with this election could decide the fate of mankind, or they kind. But I could not get a Republican to come on my show. They disavowed me, and so I got this D to come on. I think he's running for some congressional district in Delaware or something. I don't know what he was doing in this vicinity, but I'm lucky to have him. And his name is Woodrow Winehouse. And so I'm going to turn the show over to him now and pretty much give him the rest of this show. So if you just bear with me, we will have him on in just a moment. Hello, America. My name is Woodrow Winehouse. Why do I get that mixed up? My name is Woodrow Winehouse, and I am trying to keep my position as the congressman in the 3rd District of Delaware. And I am a Democrat, and I would like to thank the Voice of Doom for allowing me this platform to pontificate on my position. Now, I know I am from the state that is the home of our beloved president, and I have tried to get him to campaign for me, but he has had scheduling conflicts having to do with nap time, and various times he has to go out and meet the people at ice cream parlors. So he is in Delaware quite often, but I haven't been able to connect with him in order to schedule a rally. But I don't think I need the president in order to advocate for my cause. I'm a staunch Democrat, and I believe in everything the Democrat Party is doing. I think with the Democrats in charge of Congress and in charge of the administration, we have made great strides in America. So I really don't need our beloved president to help me. Now, what are the issues facing America today that I can help with as a member of the legislature? I'm sorry, I've been drinking, it's late. Pronouns are a big thing. Now, my pronouns are he and him. I identify as a cisgendered Caucasoid male. I'm sorry, I really have nothing else to offer. I really don't. I'm not in that extreme category of people where I have a hook. I have nothing. I have my dark glasses and my Australian Crocodile Dundee, I think it's Indiana Jones hat. That's my only shtick. But I do believe in pronouns, and I think we should make that one of our major issues of people not being respected. There's too much hatred in America, and I want to do away with that. As a Democrat, I have always advocated love. Our whole party has always advocated love ever since the Civil War. So anybody that tells you differently, they're telling you wrong. I'm sorry, it's the middle of the night, and I'm not getting paid for this. Now, a lot of people are saying that some major issues are such things as crime. And running for a congressional seat in Delaware, I really don't see that much crime, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. But if I were to be asked what I would do about the crime problem in our major cities, I would say, well, if you have less criminals, then you have less crime. So let us dispense with such things as bail, and let's try to empty the prisons of criminals. If we let them go and rehabilitate them, there will be less criminals and thus less crime. So you do not solve the crime problem with law enforcement. What you do is you just create less criminals by decriminalizing crime. So that's my answer to that. Now, inflation. That is all Putin's fault. So do not blame the Democratic Party for inflation. That is all the fault of autocrats who want to take over the world. We're doing our best to keep things on an even keel, and I think the Democrats have done very well. If you look at it, we could have much higher prices, we could have much higher gas prices, but we kept them down. So I think people don't really look at the big picture. Now, what other issues are people concerned about that they shouldn't be? War? Well, war has always been a Republican issue. If you look at history, you would see that most of the wars occur when Republicans are in office. Look at Vietnam, look at the Korean War, look at World War II, look at the war in Afghanistan. It's all been Republicans' fault. Republicans are the worst. And I would say that our greatest issue in America today would be the MAGA Republicans who are still supporting an insurrectionist, a traitor, someone who should not be allowed to ever run for office again and should be imprisoned. And that is the major problem. There are too many Caucasoid insurrectionists running around this country causing trouble. You see it everywhere. You see it in the inner city. A bunch of MAGA hat wearing people breaking into businesses and destroying their businesses, taking everything with impunity. So the FBI, I believe, is on the right track. They're doing everything right. And they should continue haranguing the MAGA Republicans and any Republican that looks like they might win. So I will be pandering the best I can for the next 4 weeks. I'm going to try to win over the TikTok people and get them to vote. Because I think if I can be bizarre enough, which I don't have a hook. I'm just a Caucasoid, cisgendered he, him. I'm sorry. I wish I could be more. I wish I could be a pangendered person with 4 or 5 different partners. But I'm semi-normal. I'm going to work on that. But I'm going to thank Voice of Doom for allowing me to speak. I know we don't see eye to eye on most issues, so it was really nice of him to be unfair and unbalanced and allow me this platform to tell you how I will help America, because America is for the people and by the people and of the people. And if you gave me time, I would come up with many more platitudes in order to make you feel good about everything. So vote D across the board in this election coming up, and vote for me, Woodrow Woody Winehouse, because I think I'm a good candidate and I think I will help you. So that's all I have to say. I'm going to hand the baton, no pun intended, over to the Voice of Doom. So thank you for your attention, everybody. Well, thank you, Woody. Thanks for coming on my show. I think I'm expanding things a bit and getting a few more opinions in. I didn't agree with anything you said. I think you're an idiot, but I do want to thank you and help yourself to the cold cuts and the things in the fridge, because I kind of promised him I'd feed him. But I just want to prove to everybody that I'm not one-sided. I will give the other side a chance to state their case for why they should be elected. And I think Woodrow Woody Winehouse made a strong case for his side. And I think everybody should make their own decision based on that. But I want to expand the show a bit. I know nobody really watches. Nick watches. I really appreciate that. But, I mean, I need more people. And I will probably end up in a drunken stupor eventually, because I kind of think I'm brilliant and I can't get anybody to believe me. But I want you to know I'm even-handed, and I will let the opposition come on, and they can speak freely. And I hope you enjoyed the show. It was hard to do because both me and Woody have been drinking pretty much all night. I'm sorry about that. I'll try to do a more professional show in the offing. But we have 4 weeks until the election, and I am telling you right now, it's the most important vote you'll ever cast in the history of what used to be the United States. So I'll leave it at that. I think it was decent. Hopefully my fan likes it. And I will see you next time. I'm sure something else bad will happen in the near future that I can talk about. So, good night and good news.